do I have so many pens? It's just ridiculous. God, what am I doing? Stealing everybody's freaking pen? My God, what the hell? I can't believe that. Slacker is here. Hey, mean girl. I hope you can hear me. I think I'll just wait for a moment. Sorry about this morning. Don't worry about it. I'm not worried about it. You can be here or not be here. It's okay. Don't have to say you're sorry. Oh, poor Timmy. God dang it. I guess apparently we still have no internet connection at the house. I think Xfinity is utterly shit the bed. They shat themselves. Anyway, poor Timmy. So sorry, honey. You can't send or you can't make or receive calls right now. What the hell is going on here? Oh. Okay, so I guess they're unloading a bunch of cars off the mobile parking lot. So the such a beautiful day all day today. Such a beautiful freaking day, and all of a sudden it just went to absolute garbage. It's like it's freaking cold, and just feels, oh no, I don't want to go back to work. My GPS hates me. So I'm actually able to get out on time today. Wow. Amazing. Can't believe that. That's just crazy. So today was just a whole lot of stupid. I'm trying to, the company had decided that we're going to go live with a new software app. Famous last words. Why I don't understand why I can't get into it, but I ended up having to call or contact tech support for the IT department, and it's like, oh well, no, you need to go and talk to these people. They're dealing with this. So I was like, okay, so I go into the Microsoft Teams, go to the core people, and I'm like, okay, so I open up my stats, I go and click on meal counts, and all I get is a spinning whirly-doo that says, please wait while we load the software. And I'm like, great. And I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and so I decided, I can't wait any longer. I'm just going to go over there, take care of a few things, come back and see where we're at. And it's like several hours later, and several checks. It's like I've rebooted the computer, I tried a different browser, I've cleared the cookies and cache, yada yada yada, all that nonsense. And on top of all of it, it's like, why is it everybody else can get into it but me? So turns out that the VPN is all messed up, and I'm like, well, just give me an IP address at least, because the DNS it looks like it's just choking on that. So just give me the IP. And I don't know what that is. I just deal with the app. And I'm like, oh my god, let me go ahead and escalate this. And I'm like, great. Okay, so it looks like I'm not going to be doing my weekly paperwork or all getting caught up on my paperwork today. Couldn't do it on Sunday. Wasn't there yesterday. Can't do it today. Not there tomorrow. So Thursday it is. And he's like, well, I'll have somebody call you tomorrow. And I'm like, nope, nope, not going to work because I'm not going to be there. And sure, there's going to be somebody else here. However, it's like she has very limited computer experience. And you guys are just going to be spinning your wheels for hours trying to explain. I'm trying to get hold of my boss who uh, is running himself ragged all over the place because he travels from uh, facility to facility all day long, and so he's like, I'm going over the pass right now. I'm in my car. I'm driving. What do you need? Well, I can't. Why is it that I can't get into Chronos, which is our time management software? Why is it that I don't have managers access to this? I can't admin to my own schedules, and I need to change it so that my kitchen supervisor can actually clock in tomorrow because we had to swap the menu or the our schedules around so she could have Sunday off instead. I'm like, yeah, I took just a nice guy. So was scheduled for yesterday, but I gotta stop sitting around my house on my day off for these stupid ass things because uh, they always seem to be canceled. Like are mandatory, so it's like I have to wait until we're at the last possible second to see if it's been canceled or not. So then this morning, get in, thinking, okay, so I pop on the computer and it's saying that the new core module is up and running. That's the one that was puking me out. Hi, Food Boat. I can't read who else is in here, so hello everybody that's joined. So I'm like thinking, okay, I've got the A team today, and some new guy that anyway, famous last words. Ended up having to fire him because there was some problems in the kitchen where there was almost a fight, and I'm like, nope, we're not doing this today. Nope, 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 nope. Get out. Called for one of the sergeants to come in and fetch his ass and take him out of there, and I made a comment, all right, maybe in about 7 days, we'll check and see if you're still on your period and need a tampon and a Midol still. We'll check back in 7 days and see if you can come back. It's like, then I found out that nope. Once when they're fired from the kitchen, they are gone for 30 to 60 days. So much for that idea. And yeah, so now, wow, this is freaking wonderful. So I'm dealing with that, and so the guys go on their lunch break, and I go and take a quick break, go back in, start working on some other stuff, and we get through a bunch of other stuff, and then they go on their. So anyway, one of the COs stops me while I'm coming back in. Got a question for you. I'm like, oh great. Okay, what's up? And she's like, well, I don't know how to put this. I'm like, okay, so You're gonna ruin my day. All right, wonderful. Um, I'm having this inner monologue as she's like trying to delicately approach a subject that do do the inmates get coffee in the kitchen? I go, yeah, they do get coffee in the kitchen. Why? Yeah, they get coffee in the kitchen. Because nobody else gets coffee in the kitchen. Only the trustees get coffee. Trustees that work in the kitchen get coffee. And so she's explaining to me, well, uh, just to avoid any further issues, is there a possibility that you could switch them to decaf? And I'm like, why would I want to do that? And I'm like thinking to myself, so she's delicately trying to explain to me that, the one that got fired apparently is on some sort of medication that uh, coffee just totally screws things up, and the guy just goes literally gets high off of drinking coffee because I guess apparently caffeine and the psych med uh, interact with one another, and it can lead to really, really severe consequences. So that explains that, and it's just freaking crazy. Just freaking crazy. I just don't get it. Just don't know. I just don't. Yeah. So there's some of the things that I have to deal with as food service director. And then we got a vegan, and we got a vegan brought in today, and I'm like, well, I don't know how the hell I'm going to do this because all of our soy milk had expired, and there was no real reason to go and repurchase anymore because the one vegan that we did have had been sent home, right? So all those codes are moving fast. So here we are, um, trying to figure out a way to get soy milk or some sort of milk into the jail, and I still don't have my corporate credit card yet, so I can't go out and buy it. My boss is too busy running around like a chicken with his head cut off, uh, putting out fires here and there, and I really don't envy him. Um, but it's going to be a pretty dry ass cereal in the morning. Um, there's just no way in hell that I'm going to be able to get that milk in here because my Cisco order arrives tomorrow. It doesn't usually show up until sometime in the afternoon, but vegan. Okay, so I had to call medical. I said, okay, so does he have a an allergy to tree nuts? So I'm looking at the price difference between almond milk and soy milk, and it's like soy milk is like double the price. I'm like, what the hell? It used to never be that way. Why? Like 12, 32 ounce, and yeah, no, I'm not gonna pay that kind of money only to throw it out because this guy's probably only gonna be there for like a week or something, some stupid ass bullshit like that, right? So I decided that I'm, gonna order the almond milk because one, it's better, and two, it's cheaper, and three, if I have to throw it out, it's not a big deal. At least, if I have to throw it out, what I could do is I could just, uh, when it gets close to the expiration date, I can just tell the guys, hey guys, you guys want to drink some almond milk, and have them drink it up, and that way it just doesn't go bad, and it just log it on my loss sheet as it's due to expire. So there's that, and on top of all, we can always use it for other things too, for recipes that call for dairy. Um, so that was my day. That was my day, and this kind of stuff that makes me think. It sucks, but you know what? That thought just lingers just very briefly because it's like I think to myself, you know what? This is actually a pretty easy job, and I'm actually enjoying it. So sure beats the pants off of working in the kitchen at restaurants. So I kind of miss I kind of miss the adrenaline rush, but then again, I don't miss the late nights, what we call clopins, where you you close and then you come back in the open. And it gets to the point where sometimes it's just better to just sometimes it's just easier to just sleep in your car, go to work smelling like stale French fries, sweat, somebody's tears. Um, I really, some address with everybody that's got teenagers or young adults for children or grandchildren, which are nieces, nephews, whatever. You know, want want something better for them. And I think that's the message that my dad was trying to tell me. I honestly believe that was the message. Don't go down that path. I've in all these years I've that they're gonna be able to make all this money and be famous like some of these chefs maybe even have their own cooking show on network or whatever, and all these dreams and hopes and aspirations. It's like I think to myself, those the people that have made it to that point are exceptions to the rule and want more for yourself. And what I mean by that is, you can work in the food and beverage industry and not have to go through some of the crap that other people have gone through, burns and cuts and injuries that required surgery, um, you know, ending up getting involved with drug use and alcoholism and partying and doing risky things and getting caught up in the wrong element with the wrong element. Um, what I mean by that is it seems like because line cooks and such they work late nights, and then they go off to go and you know hang out after work, whether it's out in the parking lot during their little late night powwows before they go home, smoking up some dope and drinking alcohol out of the trunk of the car, et cetera, et cetera, and ending up in trouble. Seems like there's a lot of that. Um, don't get involved with alcohol and drugs. Just don't do it. I mean, it's one thing if it's pot or something like that, because most most people can handle their pot, and I say most. I use I use that loosely because like some people they just can't, like they can't function. Use it as a crutch to deal with how crappy their lives are, you know, and try to drown out all those inner voices in their heads, and they're just crap human beings. Um, Not because they smoke pot, but because they're just crap human beings that uses pot as a crutch. Everybody knows one person like that. So, there's other things that you can do. You can get into food photography or food stylist positions. With magazines. Take a journalism. Go and do journalism, and then go and work in restaurants and start building up a portfolio of pictures of food that you've cooked, or have been served at other restaurants, and use them as a portfolio of sorts, and go and see if you can land a job, at one of these magazines. Do that. There's all sorts of other stuff that you can do, like photos, uh, videography, um, food blogs. You can start your own YouTube channel. Um, Personal chef. Uh, One of the things you do is uh, go and take a sports nutrition certification, and go and work out some sort of deal with fitness clubs in your area. Sign people up for meal prep, and it's pretty cool. Oh, almost a little bit of the lake right there. So the dike is in the way, and officer friendly. Should probably slow down. Looks like a stolen car that got dumped. Got an awful lot of those around here. I wasn't there yesterday. Um, then another thing, I want all of you that's looking at possibly getting into this. Women in this industry belong in this industry. Don't let any man say that you, a woman, cannot do this job because you're not strong enough, or because you can't do this, or you can't do that, because this culinary industry used to be predominantly male, you know, and there's still the good old boys club, and that still exists, and it's mostly, you know, the old generation's uh, offspring that have uh, become like the second or third generation of chefs. They learn this from their fathers, where women are not strong enough. You're not emotionally or physically strong enough to do this job. You just tell them to you know, just look at them dead in their eyes and just say, I could pee standing up, and then just giggle and just turn around and walk away. Let that spin in their head a little bit, What the F did she mean by that? That she could pee standing up. Oh my God, what on earth? You know? No, just women are strong enough to do this job. If anything at all, we're stronger. Um, we certainly make food look prettier because we can actually see more colors than the average man. cornflower blue, you know, true story. But so we tend to be more food, you know, more delicate delicate layers of flavor and lots more color, and presentations aren't just, you know, it's just throw it on the plate. Here's a one, here's a two, here's the three, and there's the sauce, and here's a big handful of garnish, and send it out the window. No, 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 no. But don't ever let anyone say that to you that this is a man's job. So that was my day, and I think part of the reason why I brought that up is because I got this little tiny trusty. I mean, he's like, you know, he comes up to my kneecaps basically. Little tiny guy. I mean, it's like freaking hang down. He's like wanting to take my. He's just hovering. He's hovering over me like I'm some fragile and delicate little flower, and keeps wanting to grab my pans out of the oven and pick them and put them on. You know, put them out like I personally cannot pick up my own pans because I'm a girl. You know, it's like, oh, I'll get that for you. I'm like, dude, do you realize that what is the size of your thigh? Have you seen the guns on my arms, dude? Come on, these are not fat arms. These are. This is all muscle, man. And he's like looking. He's like, his eyes get big. Oh, and it was pretty funny. Um, yeah. So yeah, I even have to go up one shirt size, or else my shirts don't fit properly because of my shoulders and my biceps, even my triceps. If I'm wearing uh, long sleeves, it's like they just don't fit right. I always have to go one size up. That's why I always look kind of dumpy, like, oh man, wearing really baggy clothes. Yeah, yes. So to answer this morning's question, no, I'm not drunk. I actually have a brain injury, so sometimes I get a little goofy. And this morning, I was just one of those. It was just one of those days for me, um, where my thoughts are just all over the place, and plus I haven't had a lot of sleep. I didn't have enough sleep last night, and that can cause a problem. Plus, I'm in a lot of pain. You add all that together, and it's like, I'm really surprised I was actually able to, form a full sentence, let alone, any kind of thought. But people that have talked to me long enough know that sometimes my inner squirrel goes. Um, such a beautiful, even Noah's wrong. Nowhere did it say that we could be expecting rain. So now the rain stopped. Go figure. Only got like 1.2 miles. It's like, oof, rain. Hello. So I guess that's pretty much my memoir for today. Um, I have tomorrow off, but I have to get up at 6:30 in the freaking morning to take a class, and I'll be graduated. Um, I have to move to do that. I'm going to start that one tomorrow. Oh, baby cows, veal. I don't see any veal huts though, so these must be baby girl cows for the dairy. Those weren't there yesterday, so somebody must have gone to the livestock auction. There's some baby moos, little baby moo cows. They're so cute, but no veal huts. They're roaming around in the field, so they're not veal. So, does anybody know? Here's a good question. So, how old is a baby cow when they go to slaughter it for veal? And do you know the process that they go through to be raised to be veal? You heard me say veal hut, so um, gave you one part of that. So it's something to think about. And would love to see your answers. It's kind of a weird way to ask the question, though. So, I mean, babies sent to slaughter. How old are they when they're sent away? Well, they're out of that. Once when you find out the answer to that, and it's like, oh man, it sounds really barbaric. When I found out about it, it's like I couldn't eat beef for a while. Stopped 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 buying veal. So anyhow, here we are, Highway 410, coming off the old Buckley Mundy Lost Road. Now I'll be home soon. Did I just see Timmy pop in? So, uh, yeah, the weather is starting to get nicer, so I'm really hoping to be able to, do some stuff outside. Some grilling, some smoking. Uh, and once when the blackberry season comes along, I'm gonna share my blackberry barbecue sauce with y'all. But it gets better. I'm gonna actually have the recipe printed on the back of a T-shirt. It's gonna be a very limited run on that T-shirt. You'll see. Uh, I've been working on it for weeks now. Finally got it to the point where okay, I'm satisfied with it. Reworked the logo because the logo, I don't know, it was, I just couldn't think of anything that I could do with the logo, so I just kind of threw up a mountain like Mount Rainier, and created a created something on the fly. But now we have this new one that looks more refined and looks pretty cool. It's got a QR code on it now. So I'm finally happy with the logo. Finally happy with it. And yeah, I must have redone the online store so many times, over and over and over again, just because I just couldn't quite. I'd look at it and I'm like, no, that doesn't look right. I don't like that. I don't really like that. I'm not really satisfied. It's a process. This whole thing is a process, and I'm sure that a year from the day of my first live, I'm going to be like looking back at that and thinking, God dang, I was a freaking rookie. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. You know, God, I was a total dumpster fire. It's all just a learning experience. It's like something fairly new, something to get me out of my comfort zone, feel a little uncomfortable, and try to everything's everything worthwhile is a little bit uncomfortable at first, right? So I'm